We have reached the end of the course. Let's do a quick review of what we learned. We started by discussing the importance of fact finding in human rights work. Next, we examined the use of human rights standards while doing fact finding and documentation. Subsequently, we focused on the process of fact finding and examined the sources of information, the standards of gathering evidence, steps in collecting information, and the challenges involved in fact finding. We also discussed recording of information and digital security. We did not have a separate lesson on writing a fact finding report, but through the review exercises, you must have got an idea about the elements that should be included in the report. Let's quickly go over them. A fact finding report should include context, such as the political, historical, economic, and social context, description of the incidents, identity of the victims, unless disclosure of the victims could be a security threat for the concerned victims, alleged perpetrators, nature of violations, highlighting the rights that have been infringed upon and the action or omission of the state that resulted in such infringement. Standards, international, regional, or national standards that give recognition to the rights that have been infringed. And lastly, recommendations. Finally, remember Jonathan Kutub's words that information documentation and dissemination of accurate details of human rights violations are the single and most important effective weapon in human rights work. And if such information is not of sufficiently high quality, then it opens up opportunities for the authorities to discredit the work done by human rights organizations. And that's why strengthening skills of fact finding and recording are so important.